What would you do if you had one day to live over and over and over again? How would you choose to live it? Alright, have you always wanted to live that perfect day? Maybe you wanted to live on a beach. Maybe you wanted to ski on a mountain. Maybe you wanted to skydive every single day of your life. Whatever that may be, this is what this exercise is here to help you with. But before we go into the actual exercise, I'd just like to lay a foundation of how I came about this. Now, I've been doing a perfect day exercise with my girlfriend for about the last 8 months now, and I found it to be very beneficial. And actually, where I'm living right now is a product of that perfect day. So I've come across quite a few different people that actually do this exercise, anywhere from someone, Frank Kern, which is one of the godfathers of internet marketing, to, you may know, RSD Max. In his course, he actually goes over the perfect day. And even a good friend of mine, Gavin Dante, showed me the perfect day. And I've thought about all these great minds, and they're all doing the perfect day. And this is why I want to share it with you, to hopefully set you up for a perfect day. So why do a perfect day? The perfect day sets you up for what it is you actually want to work towards, what it is you want to create with your life, the life that you want to live. And sometimes I found on my journey that I didn't even give this any thought. I didn't even give this any premeditative thought to what it is I want. And then more importantly, why I want that. And ultimately, in my perfect day, I want to feel really good. And this is what I want for you as well. So let's get into the exercise. What is the perfect day? But before we get into the exercise, I gotta lay a little bit of a foundation of how to get into the exercise. So just recently, I was blessed last week to sit with a multi-millionaire, and he talked to me how he did the perfect day as well. And one of the key components that he added, which I didn't quite do the first time around, was add the feeling. You really want to feel the feeling of what it is you want in your perfect day. So I'll explain it to you how he explained it to me. So I want you to imagine that there's this planet, and this planet, let's call it planet Xenon. And at this planet, it has the same landscapes as Earth, and it has the same humans as it does on Earth. But the difference between planet Xenon and Earth is that there's no limitations. Nothing is within limitations. So how he explained it to me is that with this exercise, you want to imagine on this planet the landscape. But when you're imagining in your perfect day, don't give the landscape any labels. So for example, I'm on a tropical island right now, and I'm in Bali, but maybe you wish to be here. But I wouldn't label it as Bali. Just feel the feeling of the landscape, because the landscape and how it makes you feel is what's important, not the label of it. Because sometimes with our imagination, we can become fixated on having a certain thing, but that thing isn't exactly what we want. And what I've learned from my teachings is that the universe is a lot smarter than we are. And so if we can base what we want on a feeling, we're actually better off than being more specific. So I want you to imagine your perfect day on planet Xenon without labeling where the location is. So are you in the skiing on the mountains, or are you surfing in the tropical islands? Are you skydiving in these beautiful great green meadows? Whatever that may be. Or maybe you're with your family in a city. Wherever this may be, just don't give the city or the mountains or the tropical island a name. Then from there, think about who's around you. What kind of people are around you? And more importantly, how do these people make you feel? Now, you may have a significant other right now. You may have your mom, your dad, but don't label it. Don't give them names. Just imagine how they make you feel. Now, what my friend enlightened me with this perfect day was, here's a clause. So what he started doing is he originally started labeling them, and then he got caught up on being so particular on how it is. And when he went through this exercise, and it's funny because I did this the first time as well, was I was so fixated on like, I'm getting up in the morning, and then I'm surfing, and then I'm going and meditating, and then I'm going to eat a healthy breakfast, and then I'm going to do this. But like, do you notice how in that way of thinking, there's actually no feeling behind it? But the feeling is actually what activates our mind and activates a transmission through our brain to the universe to co-create with us. And he gave to me some great wisdom, and he said that manifestation is like a salsa dance, that we are the leaders and the universe just follows, so it's up to us to guide. And I was blown away by that. I thought that was a really great piece of advice. Now, when I did this exercise, parts of it still worked. Now, I've made about 3 or 4 perfect days now, and I'm on to making the other one. And often my intention to sharing this information with you is to hopefully inspire you and maybe give you some tools that have helped me along the way. So this is what I want to do for you. I've left a description below on all the questions to ask yourself, and I've given you a primer on how to go about asking the questions. Now, my recommendation is that when you're filling this out, make sure you're feeling the feeling. So sit with the question, and I would also recommend that you fill this page out minimum 4 pages long. This is minimum. The more feelings you can add to it, the more sensations, the more smells, the more sounds, the way people are feeling around you, the way the landscape makes you feel. All this is really good to add to your perfect day. So feel free to come down into the description below to understand how to actually go about your perfect day. And with that, leave a comment below and let me know what it is you're having with your perfect day. And with that, I share my peace and I share my love.